Hi everyone! Happy Mother's Day! Thanks, did you know it's Mother's Day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Can you say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there? Thanks, say Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Now I'm here with Harris and Banks. Oh, wait a second. Where's Harris? Where's Harris? She's not here.
I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, she's busy doing her makeup. I see.
No.
Sorry, can you go grab your glue over there? Sorry, can't fit everybody in here. Okay, so today we're reading the story.
Wait, I'll be right back.
About Ezekiel. And the story is called The Valley of Dry Bones. And it's a story I wasn't really all that familiar with, but we'll just read it to you today. And you might notice this isn't a live video today. I made the decision to do it a little ahead of time so that I could maybe just stay in my jammies and on Mother's Day. Oh, good job, buddy.
Mom.
So we'll go ahead and read the story and use our props and careful.
Lollipop.
And then you glue it on here to make a
Lollipop.
skeleton. Okay?
Lollipop.
Got your glue? Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to read the story. You can work on your craft while I read, okay? So after many years of rebellion, God allowed his people, the Israelites, to be taken captive by the empire of Babylon. So last week we talked about him saving the Israelites from the Pharaoh in Egypt. And now they've been really rebellious and not listening to God. So he allowed them to be taken captive by the empire of Babylon. All right, here's my picture. This was a dark good job. You got to glue them on there. This was a dark and discouraging time for the Israelites. Their temple, land, and nation had been lost. It was during this time that God gave an incredible vision of hope and new life to a prophet named Ezekiel.
Hey, I'm in Sunday school too. Why can I not sing here? I'm still doing Sunday school.
Yeah, are you doing your craft? In Ezekiel's vision, the Spirit of the Lord carried him to the middle of a valley filled with dry bones that were scattered all over the place. As the Spirit of the Lord led Ezekiel through this valley of bones, God asked him, "Can these bones live again?" Ezekiel responded, "Oh, sovereign Lord, only you know the answer to that."
I'm done.
You glue it all on? Good job. You want to show them your bones? Oh, here's Banks's skeleton.
I have done mine.
Here, I think you need more glue, honey. Keep gluing. Keep gluing your bones on. Okay. Okay. You got to get working on your craft so you're done by the time I'm done the story.
Okay.
It's all right. Why don't you go find your toys? Then God told Ezekiel to speak a message of prophecy to the dry bones that surrounded him, saying, "Dry bones, listen to the word of the Lord. I will put breath into you and make you live again. I will put flesh and skin on you, and you will return to life. When I breathe new life into you, then you will know that I am the Lord." So God spoke to him and gave him a prophecy. So Ezekiel spoke just as the Lord commanded. And as Ezekiel said the words of God's prophecy, a great rattling sound filled the valley. The bones of each body came together and connected themselves to form complete skeletons. As Ezekiel watched, muscles and flesh formed over the bones, and then skin formed over the bodies. But there was no breath in them. There was no life in these bodies.
Done.
You gotta make a skeleton. See? Gotta give him arms and legs.
I'm not.
Okay. Then God commanded Ezekiel to speak a prophecy. I'm getting a little off track here. To the winds by saying, "Come, O breath from the four winds, breathe into these dead bodies that they may live again." As Ezekiel spoke these words, breath came into their bodies and they all came to life. There in this valley, a vast army of living men stood before Ezekiel. Yeah. So God was commanding Ezekiel to use these words.
Ooh, I love my makeup. It's so pretty.
Yeah. You want to hold this one up? Then God explained to Ezekiel that the bones in the valley represented the people of Israel, dried up, out of hope, and out of life. Then God told Ezekiel to prophesy to Israel. Can you hold it up to the camera? "O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to rise. I will bring you out of captivity and back to the land of Israel." So Ezekiel told the Israelites this.
Who wants to see my
Now God gave
sparkly
Ezekiel
hat and my
this.
sparkly lotion?
Hey, honey. God gave Ezekiel this final message to prophecy for his people. "When you return, you will know that I am the Lord. I will put my spirit in you and you will live again. Yeah, you will return home to your land." The Lord told Ezekiel to tell the people of Israel that when this all comes to pass, they will know that it was the Lord who caused these things to happen and that the Lord has fulfilled his word. So he showed the Israelites that he can put flesh on those dry bones and he can save them so they can have faith and trust in him now.
Mommy, look
Do you
at
guys-
this.
Do you guys have,
Mommy.
you want to show your crafts
Mommy,
now?
look at this. Zombie.
Huh?
Zombie.
You want to show your skeleton?
Skeleton.
This is Banks' skeleton. So we just took the skull and it's backwards, of course, because the camera's flipped. But Ezekiel 37, verse 1 to 14 is the story. And Banks created his little skeleton. How's your skeleton? Are you busy with your makeup? This is Harris's.
I thought we were just like putting like.
So the idea was to use the Q-tips as bones and arms for the skeleton, ribs, and create a nice, cool skeleton picture to depict the valley of the dry bones.
We actually planned this.
Yeah. So hopefully you could hear the
Mommy,
story.
I'll do it.
And yeah, if you want to go read the story on your
Mommy,
own
okay,
and
Annie?
reflect on it, it's Ezekiel
Mommy, can I do-
37. We read the first 14 verses. So anything you want to say? You want to say Happy Mother's Day?
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh,
Mommy, look
Say-
at my
what do you say?
skeleton. Oh my god.
what do you
Mommy,
say?
look at my skeleton now.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Wait,
Have
let
a
me-
great
I need
day.
to see the camera before I can
Oh,
take
okay, that's enough. Say Happy Mother's Day, Banks.
Wait.
Oh, there you go. Good job. Can you say Happy Mother's Day?
Happy Mother's Day!
Okay.